Hey everyone, Angelo here. Sorry if I spooked you. Hollywood filmmaker out on my balcony. Wait till some people join. Ooh, my leg's falling asleep. Cleaned my ment today. What's a good abbreviation for apartment? Just apartment? Cement? Clean the ment today. Ooh, and gotta do a bunch of writing because it is always time to write. Put this down. I went one day in the last few months without writing. That was last Friday. I was so tired after I slept like 3 hours the night before, 3 or 4 hours. And I just didn't want to concentrate much on writing. I'm like, I'm okay to take a day off. I feel sick to my stomach about having taken a day off. I wish I didn't. So I wrote a bunch yesterday, even though my mind was so scattered. I rode the bus and metro, took about 3 hours to go to the food bank, but I saved a ton of money to get a bunch of food there. My shoulder has like bruises on it from carrying the heavy, like all this food from the food bank, walking not a mile, like half a mile to the bus, because I don't like standing around at a bus stop. I'm like, if I know a bus is going to be like there in 20 minutes, I'll just start walking down the bus route and catch the bus whenever. I just don't like standing there. So I was walking, I had a bunch of heavy stuff, paid $50, but got like easily $170 at least of groceries. Oh, Michael C. LA is nuts, but you know what? It's what I asked for in a way. It's just weird lately. Like oh my goodness, somebody donated. Hey, FOT fans. Yeah, and I'm trying to make more videos. I don't like not making videos. Mark Ivy, what's up, man? Willkommen, right? That's the German phrase. Germans saying welcome. Thanks for joining. Yeah, it's been kind of stressful lately, but I'm doing all right. I can't help but watch traffic on the street. Whole bunch of just stuff going on, but it's all normal. And that's the funny thing. I'm grateful for my problems, but the problems keep coming. So I was writing so much. I got feedback from the teacher on my writing, and it's apparent I still have more work to do. But the good thing is, like, oh, okay, I'm able to at least sort of isolate the type of work I need to do, and I was working on that a lot because I was kind of humiliated before class. I was like, oh man, I don't want to turn this in. This isn't what I want to show the teacher. But that's fine. I had to do it. It's LA's a place you're considering when you graduate. And what happened? You can't go by social media too much. I was reading around what's it like to take the metro, how do you stay safe. I think I was getting way too paranoid about it, like where I'm like constantly worried about attack, where people saying, oh, they're getting in fights all the time and stuff. And it's funny because 99% of the people I see on the bus and metro are just little old like moms and grandpas like just trying to get around. And I'm like the only young guy. If they're afraid of anyone, they're afraid of me. Well, and then you see people, out of their minds or being a little aggressive. And I went to downtown LA last night. That was cool. I took the Purple Line Metro, and I had this stuff in my head. I was so paranoid and tense on the street, and watching everybody and not trying to look too closely because someone's in psychosis from using drugs. They may attack you for that. So it's like, you got to know how to look, but not. And I was just psyching myself out. And I couldn't really enjoy it. But I went to downtown LA, which is only a few miles from here, and I went to the $1 Million Theater and saw all that jazz. It was an amazing experience. I was a little too tired to fully enjoy it because I was wanting to fall asleep because I get up at 3:45 every day. I did today too, even though I had to kind of make myself get up by like 4:10. Holy moly, Lincoln, $15 donation. Thank you so much. We're going back to lockdown here. Glad I got the Pfizer booster shot. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting a booster shot myself, even though, I'm young and in pretty good shape. I got a physical. I got my blood test results back. They said everything looks good except my cholesterol's a little high, so try and get it down with diet and exercise. I'm like, no problem there. I'm eating super healthy. I did have a little indulgence today, like a cheese and hash brown bread from Paris Baguette. It's a place around here. And other than that, I pretty much eat like exclusively like bland, healthy slop, like mackerel, canned vegetables, Dave's whole wheat bread, mixed nut butter. I have 2 teas a day. But anyways, this stress kind of getting to me, and I realized I should have calmed down. But it's interesting. So it was an amazing experience seeing all that jazz. Roy Scheider is so mesmerizing. The story is kind of I wanted to get into the movie, and it was kind of always at a distance. But the musical numbers were amazing. The last musical performance was really affecting and powerful, and it was amazing. And I loved it because for the first time you see Roy Scheider's character really happy. The whole movie he's like drunk and miserable, and you can feel it. Like he's just staring off. His life is meaningless, and he's sleeping around. But the story didn't quite, especially with how I'm learning to understand story in my screenwriting class. I'm like, they could have done stuff to propel the story forward, and instead it's almost like a collage or mirage because there are dream sequences in it, but still very affecting and powerful. The way it's shot, oh my, and the cinematography and the editing together are amazing. I see why David Fincher saw this movie like, well, he said he was a projectionist when he saw it when a teenager, but he saw it like 170 times or something like that. And I can see how this movie influenced him. The editing is very much something it seems like he learned from cutting in continuity within an entire sequence instead of just like one shot, okay, that sequence over, another shot, that one's over. So it really amazing. And also a lot reminded me of Mank, the way the lead character is going through it drunk and sort of at a distance from everything, and kind of even like kind of just rushing to his own death, which is all autobiographical for Bob Fosse. But anyways, it was amazing. Amateur super fan. Yeah, it was good. What season is it there? It's November. I would think it's the same season as where you are in Spain, right? It's fall, but the weather is pretty much always warm here. It's a little bit cool, and I'm in the shade right now, but it was 87 degrees here the other day. 87 grados. I'm disappointed I still haven't improved my Spanish. But anyways, just been stressed. Like somebody I know was hit by a car while walking their dog, and they had a broken hip and stuff. Oh my goodness, it was awful. And my car was destroyed. Somebody broke into our building, so now they're locking even more doors around our building. Now somebody broke in and apparently was stealing mail, and just knowing this wild stuff, but you can't let it get to you. Like I saw other people out on the street last night having a good time, but I'm always kind of tense downtown LA because there's not a ton of people around, so it's kind of weird when I see like only a few individuals walking past me, and it's like I stand out so much walking around by myself with my flower shirt on. Last night I got a new shirt, but oh, and it was funny because down the street from, I was looking for where to go to the metro or the bus, and for some reason I couldn't it didn't say to take the purple line back. It said take the red line to purple line. I'm like, forget that, I'll just take the bus. So I was looking for the bus stop. Down the street from the $1 Million Theater, there's I realized it was like a gay club or something, a gay men's like bar. There were a bunch of guys, like, it was so interesting to see. I'm not making fun of them, it's like, hey, they're having a good time, but it was like guys in capes and shorts, and they're just all the guys walking around from there, and yeah, hey, good for them, they're having fun. I'm not making fun of them. I was just saying, oh, that was interesting, to see like everybody just hanging out, having a good time. At this point, I go to bed so early, I can't imagine hanging out anywhere at night like that. But also just frustrated, like in a way, like, oh, I want to be out doing social stuff more. Even seeing the movie wasn't quite social in that I'm not really going up to people and talking to them. I could have, and it was funny. It was funny. There were two girls behind me who clearly loved this movie and have seen it many times. I heard them talking a little bit before the movie. And at the beginning of the movie, the guy who produces Secret Movie Club, Craig Hamill, came out on stage because it's like an opera house. And he told us a little trivia about all that jazz. And he asked how many people have not seen the movie before. And I think there were at least 50 people. And I was pretty far in the back, so they were all mostly in front of me. And then these two girls were behind me. And like everybody pretty much raised their hands, including me, that we haven't seen it. And these girls behind me were like, oh, you are going to love this. They were so excited. and they were crying at the end of it. And I understand why they were crying. Like, it was affecting, it was moving. Even though I thought, like I said, the story didn't do all this what I wanted with the story. It kind of didn't offer much story. It was mostly musical stuff, and I get that, but I admire it, and it was a good experience. Oh well, here's what was not a good experience. The Secret Movie Club. It's an older, like, opera house type theater, and first of all, I kept wanting to fall asleep just because I was so tired, and that's not comfortable. When the chairs are small and they need to take out like every other row because my legs, I cannot sit there and have my legs straight out, my knees. I have to like be turned to the side like this, and it's so uncomfortable. Like, when you keep doing that, and the armrests were not at the right height, and my shoulder and elbows were hurting and stuff from my impingement. I'm still getting over that, and so uncomfortable. Like, and I was wanted to fall asleep. So yeah, that part was unpleasant. But here you go. Here's how I was sitting a lot of the movie, like this, and that's not that comfortable either. The hell are they honking at? I don't see any of the cars. Anyways, oh, and I had like a turkey avocado sandwich from Paris Baguette this morning, so I did indulge a little bit. It had cheese on it, but generally very healthy, like nuts, oatmeal, berries, mushrooms, mackerel or chicken with mixed vegetables, canned mixed vegetables. Oh crap! I gotta get some more mixed canned vegetables for this week for my lunch. Just slimy, bland dreck to eat. But yeah, I just wanted to be out at something a little more social, and be less paranoid about. Was a little nervous on the bus. Not that nervous, but a little nervous. Like, I could see a guy who had a knife, held his pocket, and him and his friend, they were just a little loud, but they were minding their own business basically. But you know, um, I don't know. It was just a little bit like, oh, jeez, guy with a knife here. Hey, Jeffrey Cockington. But I don't like to complain either, because the writing is going great. Like, I'm learning so much. I can see how far I've come. I don't even like to think of it, how far I've come. I just want to keep working at it today and keep filming. And I got to stop looking at the internet, so social media and YouTube. And I'm 36 years old. I got to get it together as far as my work, but I'm getting there. Like, I'm working a lot on my writing. That's the biggest thing, and that's what I enjoy the most. And my shoulder pain and stuff is still hurting. I've had an impingement from sitting at the computer too much, and I gotta loosen my shoulder, like, just be loose and let it heal. And it gets better, and then it gets a little worse. And if I could just take a few days off from being at a computer, that would help. But I can't, both for my job and for my own writing. I have to be at a computer, so I'm just trying to make it so I have the best posture, the best height. I'm not pressing my elbow down because that hurts my elbow, and exercising in a way where I'm not doing motions that aggravate my shoulder and joint pain. And I'm taking multivitamins and hemp oil pills and magnesium and something else in the magnesium, I forget. I'd be careful not to mythologize writing like that, where you're saying something. I was just thinking about this today, where you say writing is rewriting, where you say something and it's like, are you saying that because you feel it should be expressed, or you need to use someone else to express something to yourself? Because I don't truly I believe that. I don't completely, like, rewriting is a skill. So I don't completely reject it, but writing is a lot of things I'm learning. And, you know, rewriting is one skill you can have. And I'm still learning all these skills. And one of them I kind of fell on my face on for the last assignment, most recent assignment in class, but I'm still working at it. I'm going to work at it on a time off between classes, because our next workshop writing workshop. The third one, it's like a progressive series of classes, so each one builds on the other. The third one starts in January, and on January 8th. So in between them, I'm going to be writing every single day. I don't want to take a day. I still feel sick that I skipped the day Friday. And all right, Lincoln 16. Thank you. Yeah, have fun. And thank you for the donation. Click like, everyone, helps the video out. And just want to keep working at these skills and taking them seriously. But I can see it's coming along, and it helps a lot when I write, because I'm like, I want to be out doing. And, I'm so lucky to have a good job, and pretty good job security, and just a good place to work, and it's easy for me to get to work. I had to scare some guy off the bus the other day. That was a little scary, but funny. Who was like, he looked like basically if a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle had kind of transformed into a human. Big bald dome, and he was looking rough, and he was wearing like a Marty McFly vest but no shirt. And he just came on the bus and like, you know, had this crazy look in his eyes and was harassing some little old lady. And so I told him get off the bus. I stood up, told him get off, and he like got scared and backed up. And I thought he got off the bus, and he didn't. So I sat back down, but he didn't. So I got back up again and told him keep going, get off the bus. And then people were like, "Hey, good job, man. Thank you." Um, Have I ever had a job where writing was involved? Not like creative writing, I don't think. It's funny. I realize there is writing at my current job, like data entry. That's a type of writing where you have to write. It's all conceptual. It's like you have to be very clear, concise, and emails too. It's like you have to be clear with those, and concise. And sometimes there's information you can easily confuse for the person you're sending it to if you don't intend to. But that was a job where the first month or two I was like, I don't know how I'll ever learn this stuff. I'm probably going to get fired, and now I can do it handily. Oh boy, keep doing stretches, shoulder blades. But yeah, kind of, I was like, damn, somebody broke into our building again. And it's not hard to break into our building. It's like you just walk in a door if somebody left it on, didn't close it all the way, or you walk in behind someone else. Um, but now, so they're locking more doors in our building, and somebody came in. They were probably stealing mail, like packages that were left out. And I'm like, damn, man, how much stuff is going to happen around here? The person I know was hit by a car, and I can't get overly paranoid thinking, oh, everybody's out to get me in public, because they're not. And if they were, there's probably not much I could do about it anyways. Some guy nuts threw a gas canister right by my feet as I was walking to the bus the other day. Just out of his mind. And like I saw him again a day or two later, and he was just crouching in the corner street like this, like and then he walked out into the middle of the street and like tried to sort of accost this older couple that was in a pickup truck, but he kept walking. He was like, yeah, whatever, and kept walking. So I don't know whose gas canister he threw, but I don't think it was his. He just went into someone's driveway and looked at their pickup truck. I think he's just obsessed with pickup trucks, and picked and threw it, and it landed by my feet. I don't think he even realized it was mine. And then another guy who was kind of out of it was like almost playing with it, like, oh, hi, that was yours, whatever, hi, who? But anyways, I'd like to be out at more social stuff, like film stuff. I got to do that a lot before the pandemic, and afterwards, not so much. And now, basically, the only time I have to do that is weekends. and I'm not even keeping track of everything that's happening. But it's like, how much can I complain? And yet it's still real. Well, here's the other thing that's funny. I realize, like, I have just as many problems as ever, if not more, now that I have some good money, some decent money, and a job and a place to stay and all that, and I'm getting my writing skills along. My health is good. So I'm like, oh, I thought, just I was scared my problems would go away and I'd be dissociated and numb. And I'm like, oh, good. Like, I have even more problems, or just as many as ever, and they're just as pressing as ever. They just, different problems become apparent to you at different points, and you got to deal with people and all that. But same basics are always good. Just try and be good to people, be helpful. You know, take care of yourself. Do, in my case, do my work, do my writing. That's very important. And have integrity about it. Don't just flip out and be like, oh, what's wrong with me, all that stuff. That's kind of a cop out, to just complain. And I do it, like, I do get like that, but I just calm down, loosen up, and move on from it. Or just say, okay, I'm just going to write, or not just write a script, but write to figure out what it is I need to figure out. Whether it's making notes, whether it's listening to lectures, because there are recorded lectures in my class. And try and reach out to my classmates. It's hard finding writers who are willing to take the time to do these exercises and practice and give you feedback, because it's hard to critique my own writing, because I miss stuff that other people can say, oh yeah, I wasn't really captivated by this, or I didn't see how there was the one thing we're trying to do with this assignment, how that was in here. And I'm like, it's much better if other people point that out to me, and yet it's hard to get people dedicated enough to do that. So I always try and be helpful. Anytime anyone needs something in class, I always volunteer to give it to them. Like, usually it's been they can't make it to class one night, and so can they have someone's notes? And I've always said, you can have my notes. And so that's worked out in that those three people who I've given notes to have now been willing to give me extra feedback on stuff when I've emailed out, and I just say, hey, can anyone, I rewrote the assignment from class, and can you give me the feedback answering the questions that we were given for this, and let me know how I did, or what problems you had, or if things were unclear, or where your interest dropped, and let me know why. That's helpful. And we'll see if we can keep doing that between classes. That would be good. Didn't get anybody else to do that before. Yeah. But haven't, anyways. Just trying to do the work. And I don't even like calling it that. I don't even like calling it work. Can't help but just look at the traffic out in the street. And it just got to be loose, got to be open, accepting of stuff, because, all these problems, they'd probably vanish in a second if, I had a good evening out or something. And I do have them out. I don't know if I'll see a movie out today, maybe. Depends what's playing. Or I might just watch something on Netflix, if I get to watch anything. I don't know. I'm so tired because I slept like 3.5 hours last night after coming home from all that jazz, and taking the bus back. And I still got up at 3:45 this morning. Anyways, I'm still trying to save money by going to the food bank, which is like a 3-hour round trip on the subway and bus and stuff, which is not really bad. Just, just gotta be safe, be careful, carrying all those groceries around on the subway, but I don't think anyone's really trying to bother me. It's really more my shoulders and that impingement and all this referential pain and stuff. It's going away, it's getting better, but I got comments here I didn't even notice. it's going away, getting better, but I have to let it recover. And it's like, if I move too much or move a certain way, it hurts, and I got to move carefully and slowly. It's getting better. I'm writing feature films, although in classes, we're writing assignments that are basically, it's like short films, or it's just a sequence. And like, because we're trying to isolate very specific skills for like setting up a conflict, and don't write any further. You don't even launch the conflict. And is all the context clear from your setup? And surprisingly, or maybe not surprisingly, like everybody, including me, had trouble getting the context clear. Like where we had what we thought was the context, but then people read it and felt something totally different. And what I didn't like about writers groups, or not what I didn't like, it just, what I had trouble with is people don't want to do that kind of work of isolating everything and figuring out what you need. They just want to go and like, oh, did you like it or not? And here's the thing. Everybody, pretty much everybody, when they write something, it's kind of interesting. Like, it's all right. Sometimes it's kind of fun, cool, but it's nowhere near the level of writing for a feature film that's going to grab audiences and make people want to tell other people to watch your movie. So, a lot of people, they just tell themselves, oh, this is fine. And I knew years ago, I was like, I don't want to do that. And I knew about this method of script testing and stuff. I didn't know exactly how it was done, how Corey Mandel did it. He's my screenwriting teacher. But, it made a lot of sense to me. And I would try it as best I could, as my understanding of it. And now I'm seeing even more of it. And I'm seeing how much work it is, but I don't mean that in a bad way, like, oh, it's so much. I don't even like calling it work. What I mean is how much effort it is for people who don't want to do it. For me, I want to do it, and I'm glad. I'm looking at birds and stuff going through the trees. Click like, everyone, helps the video out, helps the channel. I'm not giving up on YouTube. It's just been so busy, as you can imagine, getting up at 3:45 in the morning, and exercising, going to work, coming home. Sometimes the bus isn't there to take me home, or I have to try and get it right at a certain time. Otherwise, I'm better off just walking. And I'm trying to do better workouts now. I don't know how that's working out for me or not, but I'm trying to save time in the morning by not doing like every part of my body every morning. It's like trying to target more certain body parts. Boy, my back is cracking and popping like Rice Krispies lately. I'm gonna make some tea. That sounds fun. That's one great thing about the food bank. They have lots of tea. Also, a great thing about getting up early in the morning, by like 10 a.m., I've gotten so much done, and other people's like day is starting. Check out the Clean Mint apartment. That's my nickname for an apartment. It's just the mint. My little sandwich box I got from Paris Baguette. I know the camera's a little blurry. That's because I have a case that folds out and the screen is over the rear camera. So it's like there's a screen over the camera. That's why it's kind of fuzzy. So the screen is not perfectly clean. But apartment's pretty clean. I just cleaned everything. I wiped everything down and mopped it up. Cleaned the faucet. That's my fly trap I devised, or I wrap fly paper around a paper towel tube and I drip honey on it. Now, we used to have, a whole locust or a whole hive of flies fly out of here. Now they're all dead over there. ginseng tea. Even clean the inside of the microwave. Whoa. Ginseng. Hey, Thomas. Doing my back stretches. Sort of pain along here from my posture and everything. It gets better if I can just not be at a computer for a while or certain positions, but I work at a computer in my job and my screenwriting, so it's a little easier said than done. I eat this bland as hell mackerel for lunch a lot. Sometimes I'll have tuna. Forgot I gotta get some canned vegetables to pack my lunch this week. I always have canned vegetables lately with my mackerel or chicken or tuna for lunch. Just keeping it healthy. You can't take your health for granted. Just trying to be super healthy and take big dumps. Did I put something in here? Where's my... Oh, okay, there's my food from the food bank. What's my favorite tea? I don't know. Peppermint tea makes me take a dump big time. It is powerful. But, I guess standard green tea seems like a pretty healthy one. I like this stuff. These like sort of spicy sweet teas, and I had another pack of something like this too, but I don't remember the label, but it tastes like it too. It's like apples and cinnamon or something. Cinnamon tea is good. I wonder how good for you that stuff, like at Korean grocery stores, they have like it's a jar of honey with like some type of tea in it, like ginger or lemon. Like, how healthy is that for you? Or is that just all, it's like a dessert that's disguised as a tea? Because I wonder if that's good for you or not. Live stream my next dump. I've been eating so much fiber the live stream would be 2 minutes long. I'm just, whoop, there we go, in the toilet. So healthy. It wouldn't be much of a live stream. I don't know what this says on here. I've never read it. I've had this cup for months now. It's my only mug. Well, that's not true. I have like a thermos, sort of. Grafton Royal. Overpaid for this thing. It was like $4. I was like, I need my own cup. There you go. You the mint. But just trying to stay focused. And what helps me writing too, because it's so easy to just switch to an internet browser, is put myself on little deadlines, like, oh, I've got to get my writing done in the next 30 minutes or hour. Because sure enough, by the end of the day, I really do feel that, and I do get more writing done. I don't want to be trapped like that. Like, just drifting through the day, like, oh, I'll have more time, I'll have more time, it's early, it's early. Yes, I have a vending machine here, although I don't use it. I guess the guy I rent from, he just put it there because it's cool. We have gumball machines too. I really want to get out to more like social events where I can meet people, and I've been to a few of those recently. I went to that film festival where I met Jim Oles, the screenwriter of Fight Club, and I went to Harmonic Gardens, which is like the new Sun Space, run by some of the same people, and it's in Sunland. And if you're in LA, check it out. It's really cool. But they do it like once a month. It's an outdoor venue. It's awesome. People who run it seem really. I mean, who live there at the place where we're working it seem really nice, and cool people there. I went and talked to a bunch of people, hung out for way too late, and I was going to take the bus and metro home. Holy shit! I would have gotten no sleep. I would have gotten home by like 2 or 3 in the morning. And like at midnight, I was getting ready to leave, and the guy who owns one of the guys, it's a couple who own the place. He said, "Oh, I don't want you doing that. Let me get you an Uber." And I resisted a little bit. I'm like, "Hey, if you want," and I said, "I'm willing to take the bus, but if you want to, I've learned to accept help." And he's like, "It's a good practice to learn to accept help, you know." And that was good for me because then I could actually get home at a vaguely reasonable time and not at 2 in the morning. And I would have still gotten up at 3:45 because I can't stand getting up late. I feel terrible about it. So I'm like, oh, that's a good lesson. Don't stay out so late. But I don't regret it. I had fun. I would have regretted it if I left earlier. Stuff like that. That would be cool to go to. Maybe I got to start planning on that. Like next weekend, what am I going to go to that's like an event where you actually get to go talk to people and meet them? Nuestras raíces proceden de España. En 1872 hermanos Gavinia. Fuck, I can't read. I'm going to crane my neck too much to read this coffee can here in Spanish. Ginseng tea. Is that Porsche Cayenne? Can't tell. Porsche. That's another car I would not buy. So I'm doing all right. It just, yeah, things get to me. What did I say? Yeah, you know, yeah. Thanks, FOT fans. Yeah, I don't like it when people like. I'm not saying I don't like it. Well, I just said it. But I think if you're going to learn a language, you really should try and put in the effort to make the pronunciation right and stuff. I don't try and hold it against anyone for not, because who am I to judge? I've been studying Spanish for 13 years and I'm not fluent in it. But I try and speak when I'm practicing very slowly, like every single letter, to get it slowly, because otherwise, when I say quickly, I'm gonna mess it up. So I was on the metro last night reading signs in Spanish out loud like 20 times, extremely slowly, like every letter. Like if I was reading this, it would have been nuestras raíces proceden de España. Nuestras raíces proceden de España. Nuestras raíces proceden de España. En 1872, hermanos Gavinia partieron del País Vasco para establecerse en Cuba. Allí fundaron la Hacienda Buenos Aires, las primeras plantaciones de café de las Lomas de Trinidad, donde se originaron varias generaciones de Gavinia. Okay, whatever. I'm hurting my neck. Tostado especialmente para el gusto latino. El café La Llave es el favorito de los latinos que gustan del café fuerte y aromático. Nuestra firma se esfuerza cada día más en complacer a los que disfrutan de nuestro café. Mostly understood that. Gusto is what, like flavor? Birds up here. Oh, the bird's got a yellow head. Bird's digging around for something. You can hear it chirping. It's got an interesting, it's like a squeak, like a squeak, squeak. Almost like squeezing a little toy. So I'm doing all right. I'm grateful. I'm glad for my problems, you keep pushing me to excel, to thrive. Maybe I should try and find something social I can do next weekend instead of just seeing a movie. Like some kind of film event. Where am I going to find that in LA? Man, that's an interesting bird. Wow. Yeah. Man, what a utopia this would be, though, if we had buses every 5 minutes, crisscross, or streetcars, or whatever. High-speed rail. Oh, that would be amazing. I'll never fly again if I can get high-speed rail everywhere. Yeah, all that jazz, amazing cinematography, editing, choreography, the performances. Roy Scheider is mesmerizing. Just there wasn't much of a story with him, but it was still very good. Like I was impressed. It didn't show the actual stuff, like getting into his life. It kept sort of a distance, almost like it was made. Well, it was made by the guy Bob Fosse, who was making an autobiographical film about his own, heart attack and his drinking and smoking and sleeping around with women and how he was always, is in a mess basically. Seemed like drunk all the time, and it's like the movie was made that way, like always at this, sardonic, detached distance. And I thought it was a little bit to the detriment of it, but then again, it showed what he wanted. It did show that fiery, feeling of self-destruction and trying to be creative and passion So, anyways, a good experience. Like I said, bad thing was I was falling asleep because I was tired, not the fault of the movie. And that $1 million theater has $3 seats because I was sitting there like with my legs like this because the seats in front of me were too close and the seat was too small, and I'm like, oh, I'm always uncomfortable. Oh, I very much prefer tea to coffee. Thank you, FOT fans. Fat Mikey doesn't matter. I'm not interested in that. I mean, once, but what's the big deal about that? Somebody left out a bunch of stuff, like a dresser cabinet. Somebody left out like a whole living room set at a bus stop around here. There were like couches and futons and recliners at the bus stop. I got to keep motivated, and a big part of that is making my own motivation. Like, you don't wait for the motivation, you do a lot of work and you feel motivated, and that's what I felt is true for me. So even when I get down, I'm like, good, even better. I'll be the best at being down and feeling depressed and stressed out, and just try and do more, do even better, write and not be distracted. We'll see how that goes today. I've been struggling almost every day with it, but I've had one good day with it now. Yesterday I did write a lot, but I was going back and forth doing it, and it was not good. It was like my mind was getting too manic, and so it made it hard to concentrate at all that jazz, because I would like all of a sudden I would like snap out of the movie, and then I'd snap back in when I could hear people laughing. I'm like, oh, something, what were they talking about? Something funny happened. Fight some hobos. I'll fight myself. I was a former hobo. In a month, December 16th, I'm gonna see Office Hours Live at the Regent Theater. That's gonna be cool. I want to go. I could wear a suit I have, but I want to get like a fitted suit. For real. I want to go to like a suit shop and get like two suits and get them fitted, and what's the other thing I was going to say? Tailored for me, and wear that, to wear one of those to Office Hours Live. Because the suit I have now, I've gotten all the different parts of it from I don't know where. The jacket I found at the bar I worked at, someone left it there. The shirts, I think I had one or two of my own, and also a homeless mission gave me some shirts. And the pants I probably bought years ago. And I think all my ties are like ruined except for like one or two. They were in my car and got dirty in the trunk, or I don't know what happened to them, but I need more ties. I want to go to a thrift shop and get some suit clothes. Oh, that'd be good actually. But damn, man, this one thrift shop, I don't know when they're open. I went there after they were supposed to open at 10. I think I went there at like 11 and they were closed one Saturday. Infinity, junk car. Oh, smooth ride, but that is a crappy car. Toyota Prius, that was a good car. Sun's starting to hit my leg. Yeah, I couldn't enjoy myself out because I was just had all these stories in my head of paranoia of people being, attacked on the street and stuff, and I'm like, I shouldn't be. I just ruined my own night, kind of. And we need more people like me on the metro and the streets, watching out, making sure things are safe. Not going all vigilante. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, just being kind of a, you know, I don't know. Tesla. And I've learned what pieces of junk those are, and they depreciate so badly. Holy crap. Scotty Kilmer was saying how, I think one of it, yeah, his customer um, bought a used Tesla Model X, which the first owner bought for like $126,000. And after like, I forget how many miles they put on it, um, I really don't remember exactly. Maybe 20,000 miles, maybe 30,000. I'm not sure. It wasn't much higher than that, I don't think. His customer bought that Tesla Model X. No, no, no. What's the sedan? The Model S. Or no, wait, it was the Model X. That's the big SUV, I guess. I don't know. I can't remember. I'm mixing them up now because I thought I saw the Model S, but I saw on screen, but I thought Scotty Kilmer said Model X. Anyways, whatever. $130,000 car roughly, and his customer bought it used from somebody for $45,000. So that shows you how badly they depreciate. And it's like all that money, I'd be so happy to buy some crappy old beater, even if it only lasted a year, and just go take that money and make a movie. Make 3 movies if I want, or make 10 music videos. Yeah. Ew. Gonna get to writing soon. Here's view of the mint. Here's some of the mixed nut butter. They have like 100 of these at the food bank, so I got like 5 of them. Even though it's kind of hard to carry, all of it. Jars get heavy quick, but it's really healthy for you. Almonds, cashews, walnuts, Brazil nuts, hazelnuts, pecans, sea salt. towels. Flew. I tried to pick up the paper towels and I'm gonna swing it at the sink or something, but it flew away. Also at the food bank, oh, excuse me, I got some light bulbs there, so check this out. Check out my light bulbs. Always wanted to get a low output light bulb like that, because that little like landing, whatever you call it, between the halls, it gets so dark and people walk through and we can't see each other. But there was a light bulb in there. It was way too bright, like nobody liked it. And so that one, I have a green one, I also got a red one, just right, a 4-watt light bulb. It's pretty bright though. And finally got a brighter bulb here. So now I have bulbs on all 3 of these. Well, I never have all 3 going. Just the one is good for to get my keyboard lit up. Barris, get a review bra suit. Good idea. Oh, I missed all these comments. Hang on. Yeah, I want to get a nice tailored suit. And I can afford it now, so I want a nice suit. Like, I have some dress clothes there. Oh, here's the shirt I wore last night. I got this from Ross, I think. Get me my flowery shirt. But like I said, the suit jacket, it's too big for me, so it looks kind of weird. Anyways, and I only have like one tie. Like all my other ties got ruined in my car. Yeah, I mean, this is a new apartment for me. I mean, I've been here 7 months, but no longer homeless. Now this thing is what I do to help the sun hits my room and super heats it, so I gotta keep this closed as much as possible. It helps to keep the temperature down. And just turn on these lights. Oh, this one's cool. It's like a flickering flame in here, but it's very, very, like, it doesn't light up a room. It's just for like decoration. But I got that from the food bank because I wanted to see it, and it was probably only like $1, if that. Ooh, you can feel the heat off here. Now check this out. This is what I got to help with my back. It's helping quite a bit. The back pod. It looks kind of like a giant bean or a football cut in half. This is like polyurethane or something. They tested it supposedly by running it over with a BMW. So I'll show you how this helps me. Oh. Okay, so it's on the ground. So basically, it's for helping with bad posture, which, you know, I've had at my job. Why isn't this still? Why is it like falling? Why won't it just stay still? Lock in place. Fucking idiot. Getting old, I guess. Okay. So you have it like this, and imagine it behind my back. So it's like back here. Oh, I can show this. So they say start with like this, either up to the neck and not above that, or the bottom of the rib cage, and place it. Basically, the problem you have when you're at a computer a lot, or your phone or a tablet, you hunch forward, and it strengthens these muscles back here and weakens these, and you tighten up your spine and it gets scarring and stuff, and it's very hard to get that scarring loose and off, that toughening of your collagen or whatever, all that stuff. So this back pod, I got this. I was desperate for any relief. $80. It's overpriced, but I mean, so you can start like this way, and they say, when you're starting, if your back's really weak, put pillows under your head and stuff. I'm like, my back's not that bad, so basically you let your weight up here and down here stretch out your back. You can put your hands behind your head, although it hurts a little bit along here. Now me, I try and go as like hardcore as possible. So it's between my shoulder blades now. I can move it up or back a little. It's changing my voice. But if you want to make it, that felt nice. Make it even more like effective, intense, turn it this way. So it's going across my back instead of up and down it. It's like this. And so make it really concentrated and keep my head, I'm not going to tilt it back like this, keep it sort of straight up to strengthen like all along here. And if I want to make it really hard on myself, which I do because I've been doing this for at least a week or two now, and so I'm kind of strengthened at it, get my butt off the ground. And so I'm hanging like this, and I'm going to let it kind of decompress my back, and the weight of here and here stretch out my back in a way that hanging will not do, and do this for as long as I can. I can do it for like a little over a minute and really loosen up and stretch out like a cat stretches out its back. So my butt is not touching the ground, even though it kind of looks like it is. It's just my pants hanging down, my shorts. Well, that's nice. Oh, it heard some cracking. I felt it. I do this every morning and afternoon. It helps so much. And by having my head off the ground, it like strengthens these muscles supporting the head, so it's easier to keep my posture straight like this. Ooh, that is so nice now, just relaxing the muscles here. And also, what I'll do after I do that, and I'll do this again, and you can move it, like I said, up and down from like, it recommends from to your like neck, so imagine this behind my back, to like the bottom of your rib cage. And supposedly you can move it a little around like your shoulder blades, but I haven't really done that. I don't know, it seems kind of painful. Sounds like, but this I learned from Bob and Brad to help with posture. Lay flat, hands down, hands down at side, and looking straight down, lift up. And don't rush it like this. Actually use your stabilizing muscles. I'm lifting my legs up too, up and down. Not like this, like this. This is to help reverse that bad posture. Ah, that's nice. And do this again. This time I'll go up closer to my neck. again, butt off the ground. That's to get a maximum stretch. If you're new to this, it's going to be painful, so you want to ease into it, like put pillows under your head and maybe put a pillow over this back pod. But I'm already used to it now, so I can do it. And again, it's stretching out your back. Supposedly it's getting off the toughening of your cushiony spaces between your back, whatever, that you can't really undo any other way, and there's no other way to kind of help with your posture other than something like this, where the weight here at the point below the back pod and above it is like stretching out your back. And I'm keeping my head up, strengthening these muscles here, I guess. And it's a core workout too. Ooh, again, that is so helpful. Oh man, my back feels so freaking much better. Yep, bringing back planking. Yeah, Barris, it's let me show you the box for this thing, and it comes with a lot of instructions on what type of exercise or stretches you can do with this, and it's written in very, plain speak. It's easy to understand, and there's YouTube videos from the guy who makes this showing how to use it. So let me show you. So that's a back pod box. And I just put it in here. So it comes with this instruction booklet. So there's somebody demonstrating it, like how you might want to start with pillows. Oh, and also there. Oh, and for a stronger stretch, slowly keep moving your linked hands over your head and back down to your waist. So I guess like this. I haven't really read the instructions up. Well, like this. That's a good thing, because I've been trying to do more arm movement to help get this pain along here, sort of see where it's hurting, and also see if I can't loosen something up. I don't know, but let's see. Chase the tightest spots and stay on them for 1 to 3 minutes, or combine all of these. You may need this extra leverage, especially for the top and back of your ribs. To keep everything freed up, just use the back pod once a week, or if things feel like they're getting tight again. I'm gonna have to keep doing this every day. So anyway, a bunch of instructions on here for stuff you can do. But I'm going to do another one of these because I'm still kind of hurting. And also, it does say, if it hurts, stop. If the back pod feels too hard or painful, then you're using it incorrectly. Please read the instructions. So it's all like written pretty straightforward. Straight. Why isn't this? What is with this? Why isn't it like staying firm? I guess it's just wearing out. It's getting old. Man, screw you. This was just working. Why is it so loose now? Is it righty-tighty? But there's nothing to tighten. I'm going to try this one again. Maybe lower on the back. It kind of hurts like it's injured along here, so I'm just going to do this. And it hurts to move my body like this. I should not do that. Okay, I'm gonna do my this thing. Much less cracking in my back now. That's a good feeling. And let's see what angle I can pick for this. Do my hanging exercise. This bar is really strong, so I can hang off this. Get some ab work in there too. I've been doing these exercises or stretches obsessively for weeks, and it's getting a lot better. I couldn't even work out upper body for a while because it was hurting so bad, but I have to I have to be away from computers for a while, but that ain't happening. Not no time soon. What, between all the interesting pornographic materials online, as well as the writing that I do, and mainly, well, work. That's the big one. But I got to be careful my posture, even getting out of the bed. Leaning on my left arm can really aggravate it. Get my laptop ready to go for my writing. Okay. 11:52. Holy crap. I didn't want it to be this late, but that's okay. Got stuff done. I entertained you all. Let you all know how I'm doing. I am losing weight. That's good. Glad about that. And like I said, I got my flower shirt. Cool. So I really should get to writing. I'm gonna go. Thanks for watching, everyone. Got to keep my mind straight. All this insanity in LA. City's trying to do something weird to me, but I'm getting through it. It's all kind of, what I asked for. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.